This is the funnest night ever!
Yeah, quit yanking our anuses!
Two people get together, do something social, have a few drinks, yada yada yada.
It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
Welcome to another episode of Two Brothers.
Do we have to say our
If you
names?
haven't subscribed yet to our socials, please follow us there. No one follows us there, so please
Good way to
follow us
good
there.
way to open the podcast.
please just go over there, man. Just go on. Don't even worry about the Facebook one, okay? Just go to Instagram and follow us there. It's called Two Bros. That's the name. And please like and subscribe our stuff. Review on all where you listen to your podcast. Give us a thumbs up. Give us reviews. And yeah, if that's your new, if you're new, this is an all-in-one-stop podcast for everything that video games and comic books and pop
Movies
culture and
sad
sometimes
music and
conspiracy theories and just
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. But today, mostly, we're going to talk about video games. We're going to do some video game reviews.
News.
So, I said reviews.
Oh, say they said news.
I guess it is news. I don't know. Yeah. So we have been busy playing some games because we have no life, and
God, what the fuck? Why you?
I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
So please
Hey,
like
look,
us.
like,
Please
look.
in our social medias. It's like God.
Well, how would you say it? Or you go ahead and you do it.
All right.
I'll cut all of this out. I probably won't, but go ahead and you do it. Go ahead.
Please like our.
You said please too, so what the fuck is...
Fine.
We've been busy playing video games, and we've got reviews for two of them today.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty anticipated. Well, no, one of them is not anticipated because no one saw it coming, and another one is anticipated. So let's talk about your game first. Was it like 3 or 4 weeks ago? Probably longer since
Maybe,
this
yeah.
recording.
Yeah.
Bethesda Shadow dropped a video game on us called HiFiRush, and it is a rhythm-based action adventure platformer, maybe, I don't know, in the same vein as fucking Devil May Cry and Bayonetta.
Are you fucking reviewing or I am?
I'm just introducing the game. Hold on, you can review it in
Ah.
a second. And now go ahead.
You fucking cocksucker, dude.
Oh, you know, Eric, you know you needed me for that one, okay?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
Fuckhead.
did. You know you needed me to describe, because you can't describe for shit. Or you can't even, you just before the podcast asked me how to pronounce the name, okay? So just full transparency there. Go ahead and go ahead and go on with your review.
So
Go.
skip to Dead Space.
No, because everyone wants to, every one person that likes you in the podcast wants to know. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna be silent now.
No, you're not.
Yep.
No, you're laying down on the fucking bed right now like you're some sort of like, you're just very lackadaisical, okay?
Yeah.
So
No.
just go ahead. You don't
No.
got much going on for yourself.
It sounds like you played it, Art. So
I didn't play it, but I did see other people talk about it. That's basically the gist of it, isn't it?
dickhead.
Describe the game now. Go ahead and tell me what the game's about.
It's a beat 'em up. It's a 8
It's
out
not
of 10. There you go.
Did you say a beat 'em up and it's AFM? Was that what you said?
No, it's a.
You said it's a beat 'em up, and then you said what? I didn't hear the last part.
I forgot now because you
Oh,
fuck it.
Okay, you said beat 'em up.
All right, here we go.
Eric.
Here we go. Here's my review for HiFiRush that came out not that long ago, guys. Made by
Great.
Tango
Yep.
Games and Bethesda.
Tango Gameworks. Yep.
Like you said, they dropped it on us, man. And
Yep.
this is the game I needed because it was just a dry month.
Starting the year off strong, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a action rhythm game. It's a tend to more like Devil May Cry, but in Devil May Cry you can do crazy shit combos. In this one you can do that, but you gotta keep it in the beat with the music.
Yeah.
So that's kind of at first it's kind of hard not to like keep into beat because you're so used to playing like Devil May Cry and those type of games.
Yeah, it's an added layer of like concentration that you have to focus on.
But once you get the hang of it, it's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you follow this character Chai, future rock star, goes in.
Mm-hmm.
I think to get a new arm, but accidentally gets his MP3 player stuck into his chest while he was getting that, and they call him a defect. And the company's after him, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm gonna give. And I like the art style of this game, man.
It looks
It looks like an anime
really
fucking
good.
show. Like even in between like gameplay and cutscenes, it's so fucking like good, man. And along the game, you get introduced with new characters that kind of help you out throughout the game. Levels like this character named Peppermint. She's a hacker. She helps you like defeat enemies that have shields.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has this cat. She talks you through it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and this cat also helps you keep in beat if you have trouble with it. So there's this button you press, and on the bottom of the screen tells you how to keep in beat.
Oh, it's a metronome.
Yeah, metrodome. Yeah,
Metronome.
Brett, yeah, whatever you're saying. So that's a good. At first, I used it for the first couple levels because it was kind of hard to keep myself in beat. Because it's a new gameplay for me, but that's a good thing for people who have trouble with it. That's a plus right there. Then later on, you make this Macron. He's a heavy. He breaks down walls for you, and beats up bigger enemies for you to take down their shields. So, what do you want to say?
No, so the game, does it follow the same structure like Devil May Cry, where it's like mission 1, mission 2? Is it kind of like that?
Yes.
Or is it just...
And like, remember how in Devil May Cry you go in this little section and they rate you by that little section? Like,
so it gives
rank B.
you style. It's based on your
yeah.
style.
And at the end of the level, you see your ranking like BA, right?
Yeah.
And at the end, it's
They give you a final ranking.
Yeah.
So it does follow a lot.
It's
like
more like Devil May Cry
Devil
than
May
all the
Cry.
other things that people say, but it follows more like that formula.
Does it introduce any like well like what does it throw in the mix later on in the game to make it more to mix things up?
At first, you only have this like dodge move in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But later on, they introduce a parry, and the same thing as a parry, it gives you like, it's more like a, how can I say it? Let's say like you're fighting this tank,
Uh-huh.
and once the tank is almost with his health low, it pauses the game a little bit, and it this little thing shows up in the screen,
Uh-huh.
and it tells you dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you gotta parry. You gotta follow the same beat to parry the enemy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that one was kind of annoying at first because at first you got, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. Just like how in every other game you gotta learn how to do all these things. So yeah, that the parry is at first it's kind of annoying to get the hang of it, but once you do, you feel like a fucking badass because there's like he does this like a finishing move at the enemies.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It has its own original music. If you're not wanting to play
Original music
with music that is like from different artists, that includes. It's mostly rock, right? Or is it different genres or like
mostly rock. It has like the Black Keys, 9 Inch Nails, the Prodigy.
Would you say that they put it in the right spots in the game, or?
I don't know, man. The only one I heard was the 9 Inch Nails one, and that was it.
And you're almost through with the game, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard any other ones, which is weird. Because
Interesting.
there's this option where if you're gonna stream it, you can put the licensing game thing or music, and it only plays the
Yeah, I feel like that's more for like people who are
Yeah,
streaming the
but
game.
I don't
and
have it
everything.
on, so it should play.
That's weird.
But I feel like they're saving it like for boss battles. But I've been in boss battles and I haven't heard anything, you know. But yeah,
That's strange that you bring that up. I thought you would have heard more of it, but I guess
I know,
not.
right? When you were talking about the music, you learn more. When you only stick to one weapon. Is like that guitar you have.
Uh-huh.
Well, like I said, it kind of, it's not how am I gonna say here. But these characters add more into the mix for you.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, Chai, she has guns.
Chai.
I mean, sorry, Peppermint. Peppermint is like
So what you're saying that is like it just adds more layers
later on through the game.
to the game.
Yeah,
It's not like you got your basic fucking like weapon, but it adds more to it with these characters.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
you can unlock more combos later on for your character, and for the other supporting characters. You can do like double team, like if you do the rhythm right, they come and help you, and you do this cool fucking tag team moves with them. What else? The bosses are fucking cool. They're exciting. They're new every time.
But okay,
what?
Look, everyone's been talking about how this is already a fucking game of the year contender.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I'm not done with my review yet. And
Oh my god!
and it's cool, like even the environments, the levels that in the world that you're into, it's in the beat. Of
Yeah,
the
it's
song.
it's in sync with the beat. Yeah,
which is
for,
cool. Like
for no one who knows what we're talking about, like I'll describe it to you. Like the whole world is so stylized. It looks like you're fucking watching a Studio Ghibli movie. You know, like the animation just looks on point, and every little thing, like think of any fucking object that's in that world, like it's in sync with the beat. From what I've seen, it's like even if you're somebody who's like who's deaf, like you can just be looking at the world and you can tell like when things are on beat because the character snaps his fingers.
yeah, he's like
It's like it's just everything is so like in
Everything,
sync. It's
yeah.
fucking. It's just so awesome. You
I
know,
feel
and
like
it
it-
reminds me of Metal Hellslinger, that first person shooter that no one heard of last year, but me. And it feels like it took that to the next fucking level, man. It looks so much like it's like Guitar Hero almost like revived again, just way fucking cooler. You know?
Yeah. Chance, I always lose my train of thought, but no, yeah, like you said, I feel like they took their time to do that. Like everything's on beat, the characters, the music, even like when the first time I fought one of the bosses, it was with the Nine Inch Nails
Yeah.
song, and like he would get his like it would follow the beat of the song too. Like, okay, this is fucking cool, man. Like they took their time with everything, like every fucking detail.
God, man, I can't wait to fucking play this game.
And I don't want to spoil it because you're gonna play it, but there's like little Easter eggs for
other video games.
yeah. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
But yeah, like where we talked about gameplay. The dialogue in this game with the characters, it's not forced, which is good. Like the comedies, it's the funny parts. Fucking
Lands.
land and everything. It's fucking great. Even with like you talk to these robots throughout the fucking levels. They're the same ones or different ones, but they fucking have some wisecracks at you and shit. So it's fucking great.
Interesting, dude. Man. Yeah.
What else? What? Like the character, I think every character that you meet is fucking cool. Even the bosses have their own personality. Like, I think his name starts with a Z. I forgot his name, but I think he's one of my favorite bosses I fought. Because you don't technically fight him when you get there. It's kind of cool. I don't want to spoil it,
Okay.
because I was expecting to fight him. But at the end, he takes it to a funny comedic way to it, so it's cool. Like I said, yeah, it lands everything, dude. It's amazing. It's a great fucking game. For right now, it's only for Xbox, right?
And Steam.
And Steam, but that's it. I don't know if it's coming on the PS5 later.
I doubt it because it's from Bethesda and Microsoft owns it.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a surprise hit, I would say. Game of the Year contender? Maybe. It's still too early to tell because there's there's more games coming. Yeah,
games coming out.
There's a lot more games coming out. But if it's nominated, I can see that.
At least for like sound design.
Maybe set design, soundtrack, or action.
Yeah.
Maybe Game of the Year too, but it would be. I can see it being nominated.
I mean, the way you describe it and other people who've talked about it doesn't seem like there's that much problems with the game. Like
I had no glitches, problems.
That's
nothing.
always a good thing in fucking 2023 to have a game that's not broken or anything. So, all right. Well, if you give it a score, like I told you, I'm trying to do away with scores, but
why?
I don't know. Just what was the score?
I'm not done yet. I just want to throw in a little bit tidbits, like, because I was curious, like, why the fuck this came out of nowhere? Like, were they working on this or what was going on? So I looked it up, and it was just like, we're known for fucking making horror games. That's what Shinji Mikami said. Like, we did Evil Within and Ghost Tokyo.
Tokyo Ghostwire?
Yeah. So we just want to change the pace, something different.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
And yeah, they went for this.
Wow.
And I think one of the creators also that works with Tango's like, I had this idea for the longest time, and this is something I want to work on. And the fact that it was shadow dropped, right,
just came out of nowhere. For those who don't know what shadow dropped is, it just released the same day it was announced. So you can't really get it physically. If you're thinking of doing that, you can only buy it digitally.
Yeah, I think it might later come out.
Yeah, definitely will. But for now, you can only get it digitally, and it's
only $30.
It's worth every fucking penny.
How can you say no to a game that's half a fucking price, which the games cost now these days? You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. I really did. My rating is, because I don't want to do ratings. He's too mighty in his chair. An 8.5 out of 10.
An 8.5? Yeah. Okay.
Highly recommend, guys.
See, it's the problem with scores. Then is why did you knock off a 1.5? You said nothing wrong about the game.
What's wrong with that? That's my opinion.
Okay, well, that's what I think is just weird about scores is that you say all these great things and you just give it an 8.5.
Yeah, thanks, Howard. Thanks. You could have said, "Oh, that's good, Edgar." Thanks.
It is a good score, but I think it'd be more than that. But all right,
fine. A 10 out of 10, guys.
Okay, you don't have to change it on the spot, or you stick with the 8.5.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad, guys.
I don't know about that, but okay.
That's why I read for HiFiRush.
Most of what you said sound very like I don't know, dude.
What? What do you mean?
It was a good review.
No, you didn't. It seems like you fucking...
What?
I'm done. See you later.
Oh, there you go, man.
Yep.
You can fuck off.
Okay, cool. Bye.
I can still hear you, and fucking everyone can hear you, but you're moving your fucking mic and smelling into the microphone. Okay. I was gonna add one thing about HiFiRush. This is a $30 game and it sold more than Forspoken. So I should tell you everything you need to know about HiFiRush. It's a AAA game, but the budget compared to fucking Forspoken and the price point compared to Forspoken, like you think that it wouldn't sell as much, and it had little to no marketing. The marketing is the fucking game is out. And it still made more and sold well and reviewed better than Forspoken. So that's fucking crazy to me. I don't know about you, but that was fucking crazy.
Did I do good?
The fuck?
No, because you're like if I didn't make this review good or not.
Eric, no one comes to our podcast to listen to professional fucking reviews, okay?
I feel like I was all over the place.
Oh my God. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
it's
no.
fine.
Oh, God.
fuck.
Oh.
Eric,
You unzip me.
calm down, okay? It's fine.
Oh, no.
Right? Look, if I don't know why I'm saying this in the middle of the podcast, but you don't come to us if you're gonna if you want to listen to like good, well fucking thought out reviews. There's plenty of those people out there on YouTube and shit. So we're just fucking shooting the shit.
Yeah, guys. Thank you, Doll. Thank you. All right. So you've been playing. Now let me do this now. You've been playing Dead Space, the remakes. Came out in January 20.
Well, no one needs to know. It's fine.
27.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things about it. I heard a lot of good things.
Your fucking forehead is bleeding, dude.
Yeah,
Why-
say
what
that
do
to
you-
the fucking mic over it.
It doesn't matter. No one's fucking seeing it. I'm just like, why are you bleeding?
I don't know. You tell me.
You were like, and it's all over your hand.
Yeah, look at
What the
that.
fuck is going on?
Cut this out, Albert. I'm serious.
There's fucking blood coming off your fucking forehead.
Stop.
Okay, all right, fine. I
No.
won't. I'm not gonna cut it out though. It's gonna stay in.
Cut it out.
Nope.
Yeah, let everybody know that I'm bleeding. Okay.
It's not like you're fucking like you're picking your fucking nose and I'm pointing that out.
Fucking asshole. Start you with your review. Come on.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So.
Oh, you're gonna fucking resort to that, man. Really?
Sorry. Go.
Fucking pigeon. So yeah, we had HiFiRush that came out, but the game that I think most people were looking forward to was Dead Space.
Am I
It came
wrong?
out-
Didn't it come out the same week as Dead Space?
No.
No.
Came out a week before.
Okay. Sorry. Go.
Yeah. So and it took me so much to not want to play HiFiRush because of Dead Space, but thank God I waited. So Dead Space Remake is a remake of Dead Space from 2008, and let me just preface this by saying, like, I have a lot of great memories with the first Dead Space. I bought it during the holidays a few months after it came out in October. Saw one review that gave it a low score, and I was like, okay, my expectations are fucking low, and I played it, and boy was I fucking blown away. Like, Dead Space is just, the original still stands the test of time. I think before even the remake came out,
You played it.
people would I played it. People would say, oh, there's no need for a remake. The first one, the original, is still fucking great. And I agree. Like, this didn't need to be made, but
Mhm.
I'm glad that it did, because what they managed to do with the remake is just made me fall in love with Dead Space all over again. And I wouldn't mind if they do Dead Space 2 remake, which really doesn't need to be remade because that game's also
It's
fucking
gonna
amazing.
happen. Okay.
Everyone knows it's gonna happen. It sold like fucking hotcakes. Well, actually, no, I won't talk about that. But
Yeah. You're fucking up here, you bitch.
and you're still bleeding from your forehead.
Oh,
Okay.
Fuck. No, for real.
No, Ed, I'm just fucking around. Okay, shit.
Well, stop fucking with
What
me.
is it about you being insecure today? All right, calm
God,
down.
I don't know.
Just fucking just sit there. Okay.
Okay.
And so yeah, no one's ever played Dead Space before. It is an action survival horror third-person shooter in the same vein as I keep saying that's something I keep saying a lot of, in the same vein. It's a lot like Resident Evil 4. In fact, it got inspired by Resident Evil 4. So if you're into that kind of shit, this is right up your alley. And I would say the remake is the definitive way to experience this game if you have next-gen consoles, because it's not for PS4 or Xbox One. Unfortunately, that's the case, but as I get deeper into this review, you'll know why. So, the story is this. You play as Isaac Clarke, who is on board with.
You mean Adam Sandler?
You're on board with a crew of other people that are going to the Ishimura to respond to a distress call, but your ulterior motive is to go look for your girlfriend because you haven't heard her for a few days. So that's really the setup here. And once you get on board to the Ishimura, you find out that the whole place has been overrun by a bunch of fucking creatures called necromorphs that look fucking horrifying. They're the stuff of nightmares. If you Google necromorphs, you'll see what I'm talking about. They just look fucking
I will show up.
horrifying. Fucking asshole. And so that's the basic setup. You're just this regular engineer who's there on a repair mission for this distress call from Ishimura, and all hell breaks loose. And that's really all you need to know. Because I don't want to spoil it, because there's some pretty cultist shit that goes on that you'll find out later in the game and everything. But that's the premise, and boy does it, like, once it starts, it just doesn't fucking stop. It's at 11 right out the gate, and you're having to fucking kill all these different types of enemies while using everyday engineer tools, which is fucking cool. Something that Callisto Protocol lacked greatly was fucking weapons that were unique. Don't go like this, okay? No one can see you doing this, but don't say that I'm fucking wrong. Okay?
You said he using engineer tools like a fucking wrench, you mean?
No, this is space, okay? No one uses a fucking wrench in space. I'm talking about shit like plasma cutters.
The
and
original fucking engineer doesn't have plasma cutters. An engineer has wrenches. He has hammers. Be more specific.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You know what? Keep fucking bleeding from your head, okay? And then, so yeah, look, okay, I'm not talking to the audience. Okay, I'm talking to you. When was the last time that you played Dead Space, the original?
2 years ago in October.
Damn, you know that shit. Fucking.
What?
And what did you think of the game back then?
No, I even told you. I think I even told you. It still holds up. You know.
So yeah, I agree too. I played the game in December to sort of numb the pain from Callisto Protocol, but also to kind of get me ready for Dead Space. And it just felt so weird playing the remake because they left, like, I would say, 90% of everything intact in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
And I liken it to Resident Evil Remake, the first Resident Evil remake for GameCube.
Oh, okay,
this is what I would liken it to, where they keep most everything the same except they add just a few little like areas here and there. Okay.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's what they did with the original.
Yeah, they kept everything the same. If you played it before, you know, like 80% of what happens because they obviously like they add a few new things, change things up. But Dead Space, it plays exactly how you remember it.
Oh,
you know,
great. Hell yeah.
Like, since I've played it a lot, I know where a few of the benches are. Benches are where you upgrade your fucking weapons.
Your wrenches, yeah.
You're bleeding again.
Can you stop fucking mentioning that?
Well, stop mentioning the fucking wrenches then. And let's see, I lost my train of thought there. Thank you.
You said you found benches, asshole.
Oh, that, like, I'm talking about the original. Like, you know where certain things are. It's the same thing with the remake. You'll know where certain things are. It feels like you got an advantage if you played the game before. And it's things like that I fucking like appreciate with this remake. It looks fantastic. Like, you can see the side-by-side comparison, and it's fucking night and day just how beautiful it looks like on the remake. It's running on the Frostbite engine, which is used primarily for like shit like Battlefront and fucking Battlefield. Star Wars Battlefront, header.
Oh. You fucking dork.
Yeah, and wait, what? What did you say?
Fucking dorkies. Yeah.
I got caught up in what you were saying.
Okay, go.
And you bitch. But it's like the best use of the Frostbite engine I've seen. Like, it just looks fucking gorgeous, man. and the atmosphere and the sound design is if it could have, like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's fucking better than the original, like the sound design. You know, I know there's some people who might nitpick here and there, but to me, it just fucking sounds how I remember it. You know, the sound effects of when you're opening things and all that, it's all there. You know, the only things they really changed are like enemies, sounds. Well, most of it's the same too. Gun sounds, everything like that. And so you got that. You know, the graphical upgrade. It looks fucking great. But so why is it only on next gen?
Yeah, why?
Well, because the Ishimura is 100% explorable now. You already heard me talk about this before we reviewed the game. Is you can start from the very beginning and progress through the story, and you can backtrack all the way from the fucking start. Now, someone who's listening to this for the first time and have never played Dead Space might not know why that's such a big deal. But people who have played the original Dead Space knows that each chapter plays out almost like a section, like a level. They're all like levels, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to go through a loading screen and blah 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 and this and that, whatever. That's no longer the case in fucking the remake.
Mm-hmm.
The chapters are all seamless. So whenever you're going into a new chapter, you're exactly where you're standing. You're not having to go into the fucking a loading screen or anything. It's all from the moment you boot it up. There's no fucking loading screen, and that is fucking. Not only is it impressive, but like a lot of people thought, okay, like, are they really gonna like, do that? Are they really gonna make a game that's fucking seamless from beginning to end with no fucking loading screens? You bet your ass it is. Unless you die, there are no fucking loading screens. And that to me is fucking awesome. And I'll tell you why it's awesome. Because they also added a feature into the game that's called, I'm just going to call it like a director. So if you played...
So it's not that what they call it?
I don't know. What do they call it? I mean, this is what I'm just calling it.
Might as well, okay.
So it's like, how you play Left 4 Dead and the fucking game decides when it wants to fucking screw you or whatever the fuck. It's the same thing with Dead Space. And so this is why I fucking love this game. And yes, Heather, I love this more than the Resident Evil 2 remake. Okay? And I know that that's a huge statement to say because Resident Evil 2 remake kind of opened the fucking floodgates for more of these to come out. But just like how Resident Evil 4 revolutionized survival horror, and Dead Space kind of took that idea and ran with it, Dead Space Remake does the same thing with fucking remakes. Now, the director system, what?
Oh, sorry. I think you're gonna bring it up, right? Yeah, you played it twice now. You're playing it through your second, and different difficulty, right? Or no?
Yes.
Do you notice that? Like when enemy placements, when you play the first time to this second time, do you notice they're different? Or sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, I do notice it.
Okay.
Give me a second. Let me do something quick.
All right, we're talking about the director. Go.
God, you're still bleeding.
I know,
man.
dude.
Okay.
I'm like a wrestler.
Except you haven't done anything to do it. So, I was talking about this new feature that they implemented into the remake called the director system. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Okay.
But like I explained before, it's like Left 4 Dead. And the reason why this is so cool, and kind of circling back to the whole, like, you can explore the Ishimura, the game will fuck with you if you're not on your toes. Like I was playing this... Fuck at her. Your eye, and then your fucking head, and now you're fucking hiccuping shit. Are you sure you wanted to do this podcast tonight?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Should we keep that in?
We're gonna keep all that shit in, dude. You're a fucking wreck today. Your fucking reviews been all over the place. You can't pronounce words, but that's never really new.
Hey. Get to it, fuckhead.
I was playing this earlier not too long ago. I think it was today, where it's like, this is just one instance of like I think 1,000 different types of like triggers that could happen to you at any given time. I walked into another area that I previously explored, and it was just all fucking foggy, which it wasn't before. That kind of just that little fucking switch kind of just fucks with you because you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, or you'll walk into a room or a bathroom or something like that, and it's like the lights are all off now. And it wasn't, the lights weren't off before. Or sometimes you'll hear a fucking vent break open in the distance, but there's no fucking enemy that comes out of it. Like, the game just, like, becomes this spooky, like, haunted house thing where it just messes with you. And then, but sometimes, if you're traveling or backtracking, it will throw, like, 5 or 4 fucking enemies at you at once. And what's so cool about it, and this is why I like this remake so much more than 2 Remake, is that if you're playing this game on hard or like the hardest difficulty, you really have to choose your battles in the higher difficulty levels. So in the original, you didn't have this, but in the remake, you get different security clearances. So you can go back to the Ishimura and open rooms that were previously locked. And within those rooms, you'll get some pretty cool resources. But if you're playing this game on a higher difficulty, you have to decide, do I want to go back and open up this door and potentially get more ammunition, a med pack, or power nodes to upgrade my weapons? And I only have like 6 fucking plasma energy bullets, and I only have like 100 fucking pulse rifle rounds. Like, you know, you have to start fucking thinking whether or not it's worth the fucking risk to go back and unlock these doors. And it could even happen if you're playing it on medium difficulty. And that's what I love about this game, is that it gives you an incentive to always it's just more replayable than it was before. You know, in comparison to the original feels a lot more stiffer and a lot more linear. I mean, the game was always linear, but like it feels even more linear than the remake because of that AI director that they implemented. So that's something that's new, and that fucking blew me away. And I know that you haven't played it yet, but once you play it, it's gonna fucking keep you on your toes for sure. But then they also added the peeling system, and the peeling system is probably the most, like, it makes this game the most goriest fucking game you'll ever play. So before, in the original, when you would fight necromorphs, you just cut off their limbs and, you know, call it a day. You know, you'll stomp them, get your resources, you move on. In the remake, it's a little bit more different now. Now, when you shoot a necromorph, you're peeling off its skin. You shoot it again, you're peeling off its muscles. You're peeling it off again. Now, all it is their fucking skeleton that's like chasing you down. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like you'll be going up against a fucking enemy that looks like fleshy and meaty, and then if you use the force gun, which the force gun in the original would push back enemies, it was more like a shotgun. It didn't really do anything. In this one hit will completely fucking just get rid of all their fucking skin and meat and bones and fucking muscles, leaving you with the whole fucking skeleton of a necromorph, making it much easier for you to fucking cut them down. And it's like that's fucking awesome. You know, and it applies to every fucking enemy. I haven't mentioned the fucking developers. Their name, Motive, who no one really knows who they are before this. I do, because they made the fucking Star Wars game, Star Wars Squadron, which is also pretty solid. And man, like, fucking props to them, man. They made this game 10 times more gorier than the original. Just by adding those that peeling system, it makes it that much more fucking like intense, you know. Something that I also forgot that they added this until I started playing it. I forgot what it was called. I think it's called Alive. live system or something. Which, if you've played Spider-Man, you know how like his dialogue changes when you're swinging through New York City. He'll sound like he's fucking breathing hard and shit. Versus when he's just walking, he talks normally. Well, the same happens to Isaac. If you're low on health, his dialogue is different for when he's low on health versus when he's at full health. So it's like little things like that. Like if he's talking to one of the characters in the game and you're low on health, he's having to like catch his breath, or he's like grunting and like stuff like that, like he's in pain. Like they made this game so much more fucking like intense in that way, more realistic too. God, dude, I could keep going on and on about it. Fucking armor, like when you upgrade your rig, it looks so much fucking better than the original. The weapons, they sound like in the original, the flamethrower and I think the force gun were like the fucking worst weapons in the game. Like hardly anyone ever used those guns. In the remake, every fucking gun is viable now. You know, the flamethrower, the force gun, the fucking contact, I think they call it the contact beam or something. They all play differently now too. They don't just play the same. They're all different. I know I'm talking like a fucking crazy person because probably most people haven't played the original who are listening to this episode, but trust me when I tell you, this is probably one of the fucking best. Sorry. This is probably one of the best fucking remakes to ever come out, in my opinion. In survival horror, in that genre so far, this is the fucking best remake to come out.
Oh, hold on there.
Oh, God.
Resident Evil 4.
I know, yeah, Resident Evil 4. I think Resident Evil 4 might edge it out for sure.
And again, hold on. We got Silent Hill.
Okay, that I'm a little worried about. Just because it's such a fucking massive game to remake because of how loyal the fans are to the game. Anyways, that's beside the point. So far, Dead Space Remake just fucking nails everything. Man. And there's even an alternate ending, which I'm about to unlock later on this week. Yeah, dude, like if you haven't played Dead Space before and you're wanting to play it, I know there's probably a lot of options that people could play, but if you're particularly wanting to play a survival horror game, you can't go wrong with Dead Space Remake. It is so far my game of the year, but obviously that's going to change because there's so many games that are coming out. But it is, there's little to no fucking issues I can think of. Like, there have been a few times where there's been like a few, you know, like glitches. I think you were there for one of them, where like a whole entire area just didn't load in. But it like rarely ever happened to me. You know?
Another one where you were like off the ground a little bit.
Little stuff like that don't really break my immersion that much. But it's you know, I have to point that out. Yeah, there are a few bugs here and there, but it's very minimal. You know, it doesn't really detract from the entire experience. I'm surprised that you could go through this entire fucking ship, which is massive, by the way. There's so much to fucking explore without it like fucking breaking, like without it fucking freezing or stuttering. Like, it ran smoothly on the Series X, at least, like at 60 frames. Like, it will dip sometimes like in the 40s or whatever, but like that didn't really bother me at all. And I know it plays better on PC, but we're talking about the Xbox here, and it's fucking great, man. Do you have any questions for me?
I think you forgot that they added more roles like for the other characters in the original.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah, so I guess you could say that's one of the biggest overhauls are the characters, especially Isaac, who was infamously like known for not talking through the entire fucking first game, before giving him a voice in the second one. Well, in the remake, he fucking talks. And I think that was a point of contention with a lot of fans before the remake came out, was that, oh, now he talks and they're going to mess it all up and blah, blah, whatever, because I guess people liked that he didn't talk. But what's great is that he doesn't fucking just, you know, shoots off, you know, one-liners and is fucking like a smart ass or whatever. Like, he only talks when it's appropriate for him to talk. So I would say like 30% of the time he's throughout the entire game he like talks. For the most part, he's still fucking quiet. Like he'll react to stuff that happens that he normally didn't react to in the original or whatever. So yeah, and it's voiced by I think his name is Gunnar Wright, who voiced
The original.
the original in Dead Space 2 and 3. So he came back to do the remake, and dude, it feels like he never skipped a beat, man. Like he's fucking great. He is Isaac Clarke. So yeah, I think I recommend people play it, man. I highly recommend Dead Space Remake. It is a fucking fantastic game. I can't shout it from the mountains loud enough, dude. It's such a good fucking game. So yeah, that's my review of Dead Space. You mostly just breathed through the entire fucking review. Did you have any
What?
I know you didn't play the game. Do you have any thoughts on it you want to bring up or anything?
I feel like you missed something, like the story. Like they added more into the story too. About
Yeah,
how
a little bit of lore. Well, when I say that they added more to the story, they made a lot of the comic books, the novels, and even the later games they've incorporated into this one. So, even if you're a really die-hard fan of Dead Space, you're gonna notice a few things here and there that are gonna make you fucking squeal like a little girl. So, and I know it did for me too. But
oh yeah, I saw those moments.
so yeah, dude, I'm all on board for Dead Space 2's remake. I am certain that they're gonna fucking make another one with how they're incorporating some of the audio files from the second one and shit. So
Here's a little tidbit. When I was researching for the remake, if it wasn't for Resident Evil 2 remake and how successful it was, and Resident Evil 3 also, if it wasn't for them or them making it, there wouldn't be Dead Space.
no, and you're absolutely right.
I don't know who it was, but it was one of the developers said if it wasn't for them and how successful it wasn't, we wouldn't have made Dead Space.
But and see, the thing with these guys is that since they announced the game and showed off alpha gameplay, they have been completely open about this entire process with the development of the game. They've been talking to the fans about what they want. Like, they have been in tune with the fan base when it came to the remake, which is rare that you see any developers do that. Where they show you fucking updates damn near every 3 or 6 months. Like, hey guys, this is what we're adding, blah blah, and this and that. But they did that, and I applaud them, dude. They did such a fucking great job with this one, and I'm just it baffles me because I really did think that Callisto Protocol was going to be the game that would overshadow the remake, but here we are talking about Dead Space Remake and how better it is, dude. And it is. And even though it didn't need to be remade, I'm fucking glad that it got remade. So that's my review for Dead Space. I highly recommend people play it.
I highly recommend people play HiFiRush.
Well, you gave it an 8.5 for some reason.
What do you always have to criticize, dude? God.
But yeah, is there anything else we should talk about before we end the podcast?
Nope, that's it. Last of Us is going good, the TV show. We'll have a review for the whole show.
Probably sometime in March. That's when it's going to end. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have that soon, guys, if you're willing to wait.
We'll have a review on that. Why does it look all pink?
Oh, no.
That's really weird, right? Oh, okay, it went back to normal. That's kind of weird.
People don't know it's
yeah, but we
it's
have
shitting his pants.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Before we sign off, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Like I said at the top of the podcast, please make sure that you subscribe and share and like and all that kind of shit. Review, whatever, on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to
They
this.
said Applebee's.
Apple what?
I thought you said Applebee's.
No, there's not a fucking...
We're at Applebee's now, guys.
Yeah, and also, because I don't fucking plug this enough, my book is out. It's been out for a while. The physical edition of the book is out at the time of this recording, so...
You need paperback?
The physical, paperback, whatever. If you wanted to get the book in your hands and not just read it on your phone, you can go do that. Please go do that, because I worked on that shit for fucking ever now. And I fucking love the book. And yeah, I would like to see what you guys think of it. So that's been Two Brothers. We will be back with another episode.
Like always.
Like always.